This psychological truth will transform how you view every relationship in your life. By the end, you'll grasp why those closest to you sometimes turn away. Carl Jung uncovered a profound insight into human nature, explaining why your growth can make others feel threatened. Jung observed that most people will do anything to avoid facing their inner shadow, the parts of themselves they refuse to acknowledge. As you heal and grow, you become a living mirror, forcing those around you to confront what they've buried. Here's the startling truth Jung revealed about why your change unsettles others. When you break free from the roles others expect, you trigger what Jung called projection. They cast their unhealed wounds, stagnation, and fear of change onto you. You're not rejected for who you've become, but for the courage they lack to become whole. Jung once said, "What irritates us about others can lead us to understand ourselves." But most aren't ready for that level of self-awareness. Instead of looking inward, they lash out at you. Here's the deeper truth about relationships. Jung saw that we all carry a shadow, the traits and emotions we deny or reject. As you set boundaries, stop pleasing others, and refuse to shrink yourself, you're embracing your shadow. You're becoming whole. But for those still fleeing their own darkness, your wholeness feels unbearable. Jung noted, we resent in others what we haven't accepted in ourselves. Your confidence highlights their insecurities. Your boundaries expose their inability to say no. Your inner peace reflects their hidden turmoil. But wait until you hear Jung's insight on why family and friends are often the first to pull away. It's tied to a process he called individuation. Individuation is your journey to become your true self, free from others' expectations and projections. Jung said this process is vital for mental health, but it threatens those around you. Why? Your growth forces them to face their own lack of authenticity. When you stop being who others need you to be and start living as your true self, you shatter the illusions they've built to define themselves. They don't truly hate you, they fear the truth. Your authenticity reveals about their own lives. Jung taught that we're all linked through the collective unconscious, shared patterns and beliefs that keep society running. But these patterns rely on conformity, on everyone playing their assigned roles. When you break free, reject generational pain, and refuse toxic family dynamics, you challenge the entire system. The collective unconscious pushes back to keep you in line. That's why it feels like everyone turns on you at once. But Jung also revealed why people accuse you of changing like it's a betrayal. It's because we all wear masks. What he called the persona. Jung called this mask the persona, a facade we wear to fit into society. But many confuse it with their true self, clinging to it tightly. When you shed your persona and live authentically, it feels like a betrayal to them. Not of you, but of the false image they relied on. Jung taught that fully accepting yourself is the most daunting challenge. Others project their fear of this truth onto you, blaming you for stirring their unease. Here's why your growth unsettles them. Jung discovered we all carry both masculine and feminine traits within, what he called anima and animus. Society often forces us to suppress one side of our nature. But when you embrace both compassion and strength, care and resolve, you become whole. This wholeness exposes the inner divide in those who reject parts of themselves, making your growth a mirror to their struggle. Jung's concept of the transcendent function explains why your growth feels dangerous. It's the ability to hold opposing forces, love and boundaries, empathy and detachment in balance until a new awareness emerges. This higher consciousness unnerves those stuck in rigid thinking. Your ability to live beyond old patterns makes you unpredictable. You've moved past the either-or mindset that traps most people. This psychological freedom terrifies those still bound by their unconscious limits, as it highlights their own inner constraints. Jung's wisdom reframes those who've turned against you. He believed the greatest privilege is becoming your true self. But it comes at a cost, losing those tied to your old, inauthentic self. Their rejection reflects their struggle, not your worth. They're not reacting to who you are now, but to the self they're afraid to become. Your healing journey forces them to face their own stagnation. Instead of growing, they attack you. Jung saw individuation as more than personal growth. It's a spiritual and psychological calling. The resistance you face isn't proof you're on the wrong path. It's evidence you're on the only path that matters, returning to your true self. Jung said your task isn't to seek love, but to dismantle the inner barriers blocking it. You're doing that work now. You've embraced your shadow and risen above others' projections. Jung, the greatest psychologist, said, "This is why they can't handle you." The question isn't why they reject you, it's whether you're strong enough to keep growing despite their resistance. Thank you for joining me on this journey of discovery. If this resonated with you, please subscribe and share this video with someone who might need its wisdom.